Hi, I'm Paige and I am a tutor for Tavistock Tutors, and I'm here to talk to you about elocution. So a lot of people think that elocution is to just do with accents and making you talk very posh. Actually, elocution is about talking with diction. It doesn't matter if you have an accent. So if you're from the north of England, you'll definitely have an accent. I have an accent. I'm not from London, my accent isn't flat. So it's about talking with clarity and diction and making sure that no matter who you're talking to, how quiet you're talking, or if you're shouting, someone will be able to hear you, understand you, and that you can speak with confidence. So if you are a public speaker and you struggle with nerves, we can look at different techniques to conquer those nerves so that you do speak with clarity. There are different things we can look at for breath control and relaxation. So you can look at doing things like semi-supine, which is where you lie on your back with your knees bent and you breathe really low into your stomach. So what you're trying to achieve is that your chest doesn't move and you're not breathing from up here, because when you do breathe up here, you can't really get everything out that you want to say. We would also look at rib swings. So if you pop your hands on your ribs like this, when you take a breath in, this is where you should breathe from. So your ribs should really swing out, and that means that your breath is dropping quite low so you can get more oxygen in, basically. We would also look at tongue twisters, things to get your tongue moving, and that will then obviously help with diction. So there is something that you can do straight away, and you can do it in an RP accent, which is a neutral accent. So, and the aim is to bring your voice forward. It's to bring everything to the front of your mouth so that then your lips start working and your tongue starts working, and then we get really, really clear diction. So it goes something like this. My eyes are fully open to my awful situation. I shall go at once to Roderick and make him a oration. I shall tell him I've recovered my forgotten moral senses and I don't care tuppence halfpenny for any consequences. Take a breath. Now I do not want to perish by the sword or by the dagger, but a martyr may indulge a little pardonable swagger, and a word or two of compliment my vanity would flatter, but I've got to die tomorrow, so it really doesn't matter. Another breath. If I had been so lucky as to have a steady brother who could talk to me as we are talking now to one another, who could give me good advice when he discovered I was erring, which is just the very favour which on you I am conferring. Take a breath. My story would have made a rather interesting idyll, and I might have lived and died a very decent individual. This particularly rapid and intelligible patter isn't generally heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter. So if you can make that out, definitely have a look at it. It will bring your voice forward, it will force your tongue to move. If you find that you're overworking your jaw, it will stop your tongue working, and it will also stop your lips from working, which is ideally what we would be looking at in elocution. So you can either purchase something called a bone prop, which is something that looks like a little plastic, a bit that's on the edge of a string, and what you would do is you put that in between your teeth here, and what it means is it stops your jaw from moving, so all the work happens with your lips and with your tongue. We would work using these, so we would look at different speeches, like political speeches, get you used to addressing as if you're talking to a really big room full of people. It also means that your tongue starts to work more, it releases any tension that you're holding. So you can use a bone prop, or you can pop 2 fingers like that, and it will stop your jaw from overworking. So have a look at some speeches, have a look at political speeches in particular, have a look at Shakespeare sonnets, and we would look at how you can work the language that you've been given to accentuate what you're trying to get across in messages. So that is elocution.